As a business owner, it can feel both empowering and overwhelming to have complete control over your time and your schedule. For some, poor time management can lead to many other problems in their businesses and ultimately hurt your profit and success. Today, I'm going to share with you the exact things I do as someone who owns and runs multiple profitable businesses to streamline my time and ultimately grow my businesses. Now, the first thing that I actually really had trouble doing is getting used to a calendar. So many people in this day and age are used to just running around and not having a calendar to organize themselves. And I know this is no fun. I know this is something that seems super obvious, but it was a huge driver in the growth of my business and in my ability to manage my time properly. As you are running your business, you're going to come across things that you have deadlines for. You're going to have goals that you want to hit by a certain time period. And the best way to do those things is to make sure you have it scheduled, not just scheduled on a Post-it note or in a little notepad. No, actually scheduled in some sort of a calendar, whether that calendar is online or a physical copy. I actually have both because of reasons I'll explain here in a minute, but ultimately this calendar is something that can help you to organize your time better, to bring back your own personal time into your life and not just allow the business to run you. You get to run your business. And so this calendar, or having a calendar, will help you in doing that tremendously. Now, you may think that you can just remember everything in your head like I did early on, but it is just not possible for someone to remember 30 to 50 to 100 things that they have to do each and every week. And so it's much better if you can write it down or organize it online so that you always have that reminder. You always have that ability to go back and see what needs to be accomplished so that you don't miss any important deadlines or even things that just need to get done but aren't as important. Ultimately, you need to have a place to organize that and to schedule the time, because if it's not scheduled someplace in your calendar, online or on paper, then ultimately it'll most likely not get done for much longer or further out than what you needed it to be done in. And once you have this calendar, whether it's online or a paper version, you need to structure your time in the right way. My general framework and suggestion is to try to schedule in your personal time first. That's how I organize my schedule. And so my business needs to fit in the rest of the allotted times for the rest of the day, because otherwise I would just work on my business all day, every day, and it would eventually just eat me up. I'd have nothing else besides just my business. So we need to structure personal time first and then have the business fill in all the gaps after that. Now, some ideas for personal time that you can schedule in would be things like reading your Bible, spending time with God, spending time with your spouse or your children, even just taking time off, having a full day off. If you schedule these things in both online and in a physical paper calendar, then your business can fit in the rest of the time around your day. Now, when you do something like this, then you need to learn how to prioritize your tasks properly so that you know what you should be working on in your business during the time that you've allotted for the business. Now, one thing that I have done to help me prioritize my tasks in a better way is actually not my own idea. It comes from an entrepreneur and somebody that does podcasts and YouTube. His name is Andy Frisella. Now, for those of you that watch me with children, he's not the most family friendly in the language he uses, so I'm just giving you that warning. But he has amazing ideas, and specifically this one thing has changed my life more than anything else that I've ever heard from his podcasts years ago. And that one thing is creating a power list. A power list is simply 5 activities in a day that will push your business or your life forward in some way. These are the activities that you need to focus on. And if you finish your power list, then you're technically done for the day. So if I were to set up my 5 things that have to be done for the day that push my business or life forward, and I were to be done by 11 a.m., I have the rest of the day to do whatever I want. Ultimately, the power list gives you the freedom to say, if I do these 5 things well and I finish them, then I have won that day. I have moved forward, not just in business, but it can be things like working out. If you're somebody that wants to get back into working out and you haven't been doing that, you can put that as an activity on your power list. If you want to change your diet and you want to start eating better, that can be on your power list. If you want to start spending more time with friends or family because you've been missing out on that, it can also be all of the different business activities that you need to get done to push your business forward. And so what I recommend is, as you're going through this, you're trying to think of what the power list should be, you need to be looking at things that aren't habits. You need to be looking at things that will push you forward, will make you better. And once this becomes a habit, let's say you've worked out for a month straight and you have this as a habitual thing that you're doing each day, well, then take that off the power list because it is a habit of yours. And how can you move yourself forward in your business or life in other ways? That's what then goes on the power list there. I don't recommend trying to put more than 5 things on a power list. I know Andy also does not, because then it just almost becomes a to-do list. And we want these to truly be things that that push you forward in a positive momentum way. Now, another important point that I like that kind of gamifies this power list idea is that at the end of the day, as you're reviewing your day, you give yourself a W or an L for a win or a loss. And so if you accomplished everything on your power list, whether it was 1, 3, or 5 things, then you get a win for the day. And if you don't accomplish them, let's say you accomplished 4 out of 5, then you get an L or a loss for the day. The idea though is to win more days in a week than you lose. So if you win 5 out of 7 days, then good, you won that week. If you win 3 out of 4 weeks, then you won the month. If you win more months than you lose in the year, then you won the year, and you have significantly improved or pushed yourself forward from where you would have been had you not done this. Now, you should actually have days that you lose. The power list should be something difficult that you're not winning every day. If you're winning every day, you need to make this harder. Now, here's kind of a bonus tip for you. One thing that I heard early on in my entrepreneurial journey is that if you don't have time to do these things, or you don't even know how you're currently spending your time, I recommend taking a timer on your phone or elsewhere that every 30 minutes or every 1 hour will go off, and it will remind you to write down what you did for the last 30 minutes or an hour, whatever that allotted time is. And so if you're just trying to get a handle on time management, I would start doing that first. I would take a look at how are you actually spending your day. Instead of social media time, maybe you make it learning about your business time or moving your business forward. Instead of Netflix time, it's going to be other things that you can implement there. Yes, it's important to have downtime and relaxation. I schedule that into my calendar. But when we don't know what's going on in our days, that's when it can start to eat up the hours that we have in our day. So that is how you manage your time, track important deadlines, and prioritize the tasks that you should be doing on a day-to-day basis. If you have more questions about time management, I want to hear about them, so make sure to leave a comment down below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as I make more videos each and every week. I love answering questions and being here to help as much as I possibly can, so be sure to subscribe. Also, I hope this video helps you and blesses you, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day and a blessed rest of your week.